Welcome into Unfiltered, everybody. We got a big show scheduled for today because what we're going to do, it is officially October 1st, which means one thing, Red October at Citizens Bank Park is here. They got their intra-squad game today. They will open up the NLDS on Saturday afternoon, probably at 6 o'clock or 6:38, we're being told. But what I want to do today, Ricky Bo, we're going to put our positive caps on. I'm done with the negativity. I want to do some positive thinking and throw this statement out to the world. The Phillies will win the World Series because, and I want to hear your answers, because for me, the Phillies will win the World Series because of this lineup. The lineup that has gone cold in every single postseason that we can remember. The World Series against Houston, the NLCS against Arizona, the Division Series against the Mets last year. This is going to be the year that this lineup carries you all the way to a parade on Broad Street in November, Ricky Bo. Book it.
You're booking that, huh, in the lineup?
On the lineup, my man.
Okay, I'm going to say flat out because of the roster. Because of the way this whole roster is situated, because the guys know their roles. I mean, when you think about it, Harrison Bader has come in, knows his role. He's the new starting center fielder. He's solidified everything in that outfield. You look at Duran and what he's done to the bullpen. The bullpen is now solidified. The bullpen is deeper than it was at the beginning of the year. And the starting pitching, I believe, even with Zach Wheeler out, I believe this starting pitching is better than anybody in the league. And I really believe, obviously, they're probably going to have to get through the Dodgers. I think we saw that last night. But the Dodgers bullpen sucks. So that will get them to, I think, because of the Dodgers bullpen, I think the Dodgers offense always shows up. And one guy who actually scares me on that team, how about Teoscar Hernandez? That guy should scare people. For some reason,
2 home runs yesterday?
For some reason, the playoffs come, and this guy turns into a beast. Yes, 2 home runs yesterday, but I also believe the pitching on this team. I believe in Christopher Sanchez. I believe in Jesus Luzardo. Obviously, Ranger Suarez, there's some questions about his hand because he was hit the other day. But I still believe in Ranger, and I think the bullpen could hold off any team. That's why the Phillies will win. More about the pitching than about the lineup.
All right, so no shocker that our resident pitcher is picking the pitching, Ricky Bo.
Really? I want you to take a good look, Bill, at what happened in the playoffs yesterday. What was it about besides the fact of the Dodgers game?
It was all about pitching.
3-1. 3-1. Those are 2 out of the 3 games.
I agree with you.
And by the way, the bullpens play a role, a very big role. You saw it in the Yankee game last night. Weaver looked like he was a scared little kitty cat on the mound.
But I will say, they're going to play the Dodgers in the NLDS. I do not expect any of those games to be 1-0 or 2-1. Yeah, I think you're going to have to – the bats are going to have to show up because the Dodgers' bats are going to show up. You're not shutting down that lineup every single game, so you're going to need your bats. As good as this pitching staff is for the Phillies, and we have our questions with the bullpen. We don't know how Kirkring and Robertson are going to pitch come next Saturday, or this Saturday. Man, I love it. This Saturday. But what I do expect is for this lineup to try to take advantage of that bullpen that the Dodgers have that you said stinks. I think this is going to be a high-scoring series. I mean, we're already assuming they beat the Reds, but I think it's going to be a high-scoring series. I don't think that you win this one on pitching. I think it's going to be the bats that are going to have to carry you.
Well,
man.
I think relief pitching will have a lot to do with it. You kind of glaze over that. I mean, we saw what the Phillies did to their relievers out there. The Phillies did not hit their starting pitching. They faced 3 guys. It was Snell, Sheehan, and Ohtani. If you remember, Ohtani left after 5 innings with a no-hitter.
Yeah, he did.
So, I mean, when it really comes down to it, what does that tell you? Well, how did they do against the bullpens? And the Phillies won that battle against the Dodgers.
They did, and if it gets to that point, I probably feel a lot better about this Phillies bullpen, even though they've had some issues with the right-handers.
They've had their issues. Every team has issues. I mean, granted, the one good thing is that they all should come in this healthy. They should get through this intra-squad game healthy. They should all be ready to pitch. They should all be at 100% come Saturday. So, I mean, that's the bonus that you get. I think the one thing that a lot of people probably are hoping is that this Dodgers series goes 3. I'm not so sure about that. I could see it being finished up tonight.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think the Dodgers series is over tonight, but I'm rooting for the Reds. We want to have a 3-game series for sure. But I want to throw the question out to everybody today because we're trying to be positive today as we get ready for Red October. The Phillies will win the World Series because. Hit us up on the text board, 610-632-0975. Now, yesterday, when Dave Dombrowski, the president of baseball operations, met with the media, he was asked, what makes this team built to win in October? This was Dombrowski.
Why do you think this team is maybe better positioned to win the World Series than the previous 3 that you've... What do you like in this?
Well, I mean, we have a good club. We have as good a club as, to me, as anybody. I think we're a well-rounded club. We've been there before. I'm not so sure that, we've had experience now for a couple of years, but we have some really good players that have had good seasons when you start looking at the Schwarbses and the Turners, and the supporting cast, I think, is deeper in the lineup. I think a guy like Bader's brought a lot to us. I think when you look at our lineup, I don't think you look at one spot and say, wow, there's an out there we play solid defense. Our starting pitching is deep. And I think right now our bullpen's probably a little bit better than it's been at various times. It's the first time since I've been here, and I know everybody says, well, go get a closer, and Estevez, he's leading the league in saves, as I pointed out. So it's not like he was not a good closer. But I think we have a legitimate closer, and then we built around that, and our bullpen guys have thrown the ball well from the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So now when I say that, you have to play well at the right time, and you have to be in a position where you don't want it to be 3 and done. I mean, it can happen to anybody, really. I mean, even worse when you're playing a 3-game series and 2 games can knock you out. But you have to play well at the right time, but I think we're more equipped to do that.
So they got a pretty good club. We're really confident with our club. I love the way everything's about the club.
I love when you do that.
I mean, it's just every time he does it.
Well,
we got a good club. We feel good
in
about
all
the club.
honesty, what did you expect them to come on and say?
Yeah. But I agree with him. Like, I do agree with Dombrowski. I think when you look at this team now, let's go back to 2022, which was a magical run to the World Series that you lose against Houston. This team is better than that 22 team. You go to 23. I think this team is better than the 23 team, and I certainly think this team is better than last year's team. And it's not only because some of the new additions in the bullpen or the new additions in the lineup. This team is experienced now. I mean, they've been there. You look at the guys up and down this lineup, pretty much all of them have a lot of postseason experience. And even your bullpen, they all have some postseason experience. Your starters, Jesus Luzardo, he's pitched in the postseason before. Ranger, we know, is a gamer. Sanchez has pitched in the postseason before. All of these guys, now I know the Dodgers do too. They win it all last year. But this team now, I think, is equipped to win now. They're not, the lights aren't going to be too bright for them. I think they know what the goal is. I think they're hungry. I don't know, man. I'm feeling good. You've convinced me, Ricky. I think this team is going to the World Series, and I think they're ready to do it.
They are. Well, they're primed to do it. I mean, if you think about something, you think about the group, the core group, they have to be hungry as you, I don't even know what. They got to be starving right now to win a World Series. They had the taste of it a couple years back when they played against the Astros, and that didn't go very well. And then the taste of losing badly 2 years in a row. I mean, I want you to think about that and put that into perspective, and what kind of talk is around the clubhouse, from that. You know what? Hey, this is our year. This is when we all kick it in gear. This is when we don't have that epic collapse offensively. And I think if they have that type of mentality, I think number one, your focus becomes so great. And I think if you have your top 5 hitters in the lineup in a big-time focused area, they are not going to fail this year. You have that feeling that this is going to be the year that Bryce Harper goes off the whole time. This is going to be the year that Schwarber hits 8 home runs in the postseason. This is going to be the year where Trey Turner scores 12, 14 runs in the postseason. It just feels that way. And I think it's got to be a mentality in that clubhouse right now because of the embarrassment of how they went out in the last couple of years.
I hope you're right, man.
You learn from failures, and they have to be sick of failing right now.
From your lips to God's ears, Ricky Bo. So we got an action-packed show today. As I told you earlier, Hall of Fame writer for The Athletic, Jason Stark, will be joining us at 3:25 like he does every Wednesday. Always brings some great information. Can't wait to talk to him now about the postseason. Rob Thompson is scheduled to meet with the media in the 5 o'clock hour, so we'll bring that to you. And we will continue to monitor what's going on at the NovaCare complex for the Eagles because media availability opens up around 4:45. If A.J. Brown speaks to the media, we will grab that audio immediately. When Jalen Hurts speaks with the media, if he says anything worth sharing, we will bring that to you immediately. But it's also What Movie Wednesday today. And in honor of the postseason for Major League Baseball beginning, we're going to do baseball movies again. If you remember, we did them a couple of months ago. Little hint. They're all different movies than what we did the last time. So if you remember those, you could eliminate them from contention. So coming up, I will introduce what the prize is for What Movie Wednesday today. And we will continue with the Phillies conversation because we just went through all the reasons why we think this team is going to win the World Series. Well, former Philly World Series champion Jason Worth was on Middays with Marks and Ray Dunn today. And he said something that I'm not sure if it made me feel better or worse about the Phillies' chances. We'll get into that coming up. This is Unfiltered, 97.5 The Fanatic, NBC Sports Philadelphia.